Hello everyone, this is Jason and again welcome back to my YouTube channel Basic Speech Practice and Knowledge Listening. So today I'll be talking about a Swedish multinational networking and telecommunications company called Ericsson. Telefonaktiebolaget LM Ericsson, which is commonly known as Ericsson, is a Swedish multinational telecommunications and networking company headquartered in Stockholm, Sweden. The company sells infrastructure, softwares, and services in information and communication technology for telecommunication service providers and enterprises, including 3G, 4G, and 5G equipments and internet protocol and optical transport systems. The company employs around 100,000 people and operates in more than 180 countries. Ericsson has over 57,000 granted patents. Ericsson has been a major contributor to the development of the telecommunications industry and is one of the leaders in 5G. Ericsson was founded in 1876 by Lars Magnus Ericsson. He began his association with telephone in his youth as an instrument maker. He worked for a firm that made telegraph equipment for the Swedish government agency called Televerket. In 1876, at the age of 30, he started a telegraph repair shop with the help from his friend Carl Johan Anderson in central Stockholm and repaired foreign-made telephones. In 1876, Ericsson began making and selling his telephone equipments. His telephone equipments were not that innovative. In that same year, he agreed to supply telephones and switchboards to Sweden's first telecommunications operating company called Stockholm's Allmänna Telefonaktiebolag. As the production grew in the late 1890s, Ericsson expanded into foreign markets through a number of agents. The UK and Russia were the early markets, where factories were later established to improve the chances of gaining local contracts and augment the output of the Swedish factory. In the UK, the National Telephone Company was a major customer. By 1897, it sold 28% of its output in the UK. The Nordic countries were also Ericsson's customers. They were encouraged by the growth of telephone services in Sweden. Despite their successes elsewhere, Ericsson did not make significant sales in the United States of America. American brands such as Kellogg, the Bell Group, and the Automatic Electric dominated the market. Ericsson eventually sold its US assets. Sales in Mexico led to inroads into South American countries. South Africa and China were also generating significant sales. With his company now multinational, Lars Ericsson stepped down from the company in 1901. Ericsson ignored the growth of automatic telephony in the United States and concentrated on manual exchange designs. The first dial telephone was published in 1921, although the sales of the early automatic switching systems were slow until the equipment had proven itself on the world's markets. The World War I, the subsequent Great Depression, and the loss of the Russian assets after the revolution slowed the company's development, while sales to other countries fell by half. In the 1920s and in the 1930s, the world telephone markets were organized and stabilized by many governments. The fragmented town-by-town systems serviced by small private companies that had evolved were integrated and offered for lease to single company. Ericsson obtained some leases, which represented further sales of equipment to the growing networks. Ericsson got almost one-third of its sales under the control of its telephone operating companies. Ericsson introduced the world's first fully automatic mobile telephone system called MTA in 1956. In 1960s, it released one of the world's first hands-free speaker telephones. In 1954, it released a one-piece plastic telephone called the Ericophone. In 1983, the company introduced the Eripax suite of network products and services. In the 1990s, during the emergence of the internet, Ericsson was regarded as slow to realize its potential and falling behind in the area of IP technology. But the company had established an internet project in the 1995 called Infocom Systems to exploit opportunities leading from fixed line telecom and IT. By the start of 1997, Ericsson had an estimated 40% share of the world's mobile market with around 54 million subscribers. Telecom and chip companies worked in the 1990s to provide internet access over mobile telephones. Then Ericsson issued a profit warning in March 2001. Mobile telephones became a burden, and the company's telephone unit made a loss of 24 billion Swedish krona. A fire in a fire in the Philips chip factory in New Mexico in March 2000 caused severe disruption to Ericsson's phone production. Mobile phones would be a spun-off into a joint venture with Sony Ericsson Mobile Communications in October 2001. Ericsson launched several rounds of restructuring, refinancing, and job cutting. During 2001, staff numbers fell from 107,000 to 85,000, and then in 2002, staff numbers fell from 85,000 to 65,000, and in 2003, staff numbers fell from 65,000 to 54,000 employees. A new rights issue raised 30 billion Swedish krona to keep the company afloat. The company has survived as the mobile internet started growing. With record profits, it was in better shape than many of its competitors. In December 1999, Microsoft and Ericsson announced a strategic partnership to combine the former's web browser and server software with the latter's mobile internet technologies. In the 2000s, Intel, which is the world's largest semiconductor chip manufacturer, signed a 1.5 billion deal to supply flash memory to Ericsson over the next 3 years. The short-lived joint venture called Ericsson Microsoft Mobile Venture, owned 70% by Ericsson and 30% by Microsoft, ended in October 2001 when Ericsson announced that it would absorb the former joint venture and adopt a licensing agreement with Microsoft instead. That same month, uh, Ericsson announced the launch of Sony Ericsson, a joint venture mobile telephone business together with Sony. Sony Ericsson remained in operation until February 2012 when Sony bought out Ericsson's share. Ericsson said that it wanted to focus on the global wireless market as a whole. Ericsson was an official backer in the 2005 launch of the .mobile top-level domain created specifically for the mobile internet. In 2007, Ericsson acquired carrier edge router maker called Redback Networks, and then a US-based company providing fiber access technology called Entrosphere. In January 2012, Ericsson acquired Telecordia Technologies, which is now known as iConnective, an American operations and business support systems company. In April 2012, Ericsson completed the acquisition of Bel Air Networks, a strong Wi-Fi technology company, and then on 9th March 2014, Ericsson also completed the acquisition of Red Bee Media, a UK-based international broadcasting and media services company. In September 2013, Ericsson completed the acquisition of Microsoft's Media Room business. Uh, Microsoft's Media Room business television services. This acquisition made Ericsson the largest provider of IPTV and multi-screen services in the world by market shares. It was renamed as Ericsson's Media Room. In April 2016, Ericsson acquired a Polish and Ukrainian operations of software development company called Ericpo, which is a long-time supplier to Ericsson. Approximately 2,300 Ericpo employees joined Ericsson, bringing software development competence in radio, cloud, and internet protocol. In September 2020, Ericsson acquired a US-based carrier equipment manufacturer called Cradlepoint for 1.1 billion US dollars. In July 2022, Ericsson completed the acquisition of an American cloud communications provider called Vantage for 6.2 billion US dollars. The present CEO or the Chief Executive Officer of Ericsson is Boris Ekholm from Sweden. The incumbent chairman of Ericsson is Ronnie Litten from Belgium. Then the total revenue of Ericsson is 232.314 billion Swedish krona as of 2022. There are totally, approximately 101,322 employees in the company as of 2022, and the total assets of Ericsson is 614 billion Swedish krona as of 2022. There was information I plan to talk about in today's informative speech. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like my speech, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and, remember to turn on the bell icon to receive my latest speeches. If there was any problems in today's speech, please I'm sorry for that, and please let me know in the comment section below. And once again, thank you so much all of you for watching.